Hey everybody, Joshua Vickery here, your creative Christian copywriter and your complete business solutions resource for all of your Christian internet marketing needs. I'm just going to jump right into it today. We're going to be talking about Christian email marketing, and I had touched on it a little bit last week, but decided to go back and just kind of build maybe a better foundation for what we're doing. And I actually posted an article too that goes along with this video on my website, creativechristiancopywriter.com. But what this is a 5-step system. It's a comprehensive Christian email marketing strategy with 100% guaranteed results. And the way I came up with this, and I've said this all along, this system, I've tested and split tested now nearly 800,000 emails over the past 2.5 years, I guess, to be able to build this foundation. And to date, it has not failed. It works. And so I'm excited to share this with you. And we'll also be answering a few questions along the way. And sometimes I'm just actually going to kind of repeat myself, but it's more than anything, I hope it shows you as I'm being repetitive through this, that you're going to see how it all plays together. Now, with this invisible selling machine that I've created, email marketing is a part of that. Well, when it comes to email marketing, it has a system within itself as well. And so we're going to talk about mastering the art of lead generation, freeing up your time with Christian email automation, providing excellent customer service with email segmentation, continuously increasing your profits with list building, and then lastly, just the whole concept of Christian email marketing. And so you ask the question, why email marketing? And I'll start with this story real quick. When I first began my journey, I was so excited to come into the Christian retail world. My entire background is retail of some sort, but I was so excited to come in. So I started by calling every Christian retailer that was listed on Google or in a phone book, anything I could find in my home state and a neighboring state, and a few actually up in the state north to me. And everyone I called, they were wonderful people, but they told me no and couldn't see the value in what I was doing. And when it came to email marketing, I heard a lot of, well, I just don't want to bug my customers. And so, like I said, I'll get to this here in a little bit as well. But here's what I need you to know from the onset when it comes to email marketing. Email marketing is one of, if not the most profound form of excellent customer service in the retail industry, in any industry when you're a business. And when I say that, I'm saying it also when it's done properly. And so we're going to start today, like I said, and just answer a few of those questions. Like I said, why email marketing? First of all, there is and this might blow you away, as of 2016, a 4,400% return on investment in email marketing. Let me say that again. A 4,400% return on investment with email marketing. And what that means is every dollar you spend as a business owner on email marketing, you get $44. That's not a bad little gig. And it's almost unbelievable. And if I wasn't a part of all of this, I may not believe it as well, because you sit there and think, well, why isn't everybody doing it? Which I would say, well, that's what marketers like myself are asking too. Why isn't everybody doing this if it's a 44-to-1 ROI? So, and then also what's going to be involved in this is you need to know, as a business owner, the data that we have right now is basically 85% of the buying journey is completed by the time the customer actually contacts you, whether they give you a phone call or walk into your business. Today, with the internet and everything that's available out there, 85% of the buying journey is already complete. And my question is, well, what's selling them then in the first 85%? And we're going to get to that. Now, when it comes to mastering the art of, and this is step one, mastering the art of lead generation, someone might say, well, I thought this was about email marketing. Well, it is, but there's a system inside. So when it comes to lead generation, it's the definition, I guess you might say, is generating a lead through your business website from a consumer, and then and then marketing to that consumer. And I would say, if there's not lead generation, whether they're purchasing something from you or just wanting information from you, but if we're not generating a lead, then whom shall we send an email to, right? And so when it comes to what I want to do, I'm going to actually take you to one of my business websites. I've told you I'm the CEO and co-founder of the Harvesters Group, and this is an article that I had written. And I'm just going to show you some of the foundational things of lead generation. And in this article, and you'll see a couple of different ways of doing things here, but in this article, it's about when I launched a video platform basically for dealerships. But you can see over here, you can click and go to other articles. But as you scroll down this article, what I was doing is claim your dealership's 50% inventory merging discount, and they can contact me right here in this form. Or if they go ahead and scroll on down, after they read the article, you see this form right here that says the Harvester's Monthly Report, where they can actually subscribe and get a monthly report from me, just articles about research and information. Now, you might be saying, well, I'm a retail store, or you might be a service-oriented business that provides some type of service, and you're thinking, well, why would someone want information from me? And the answer is, people want information. That's part of the 85%. Part of the 85% of that buying journey that goes on before they contact you, they're doing research. They want research for whether it's information about your company, about your product, about your service. And I see on so many websites, and honestly, the majority of them, that it's very hard. Business owners are making it very hard for consumers to contact them, whether there's a lack of forms that they can fill out, or I actually have a good friend, and this is just a little tip between where you might have a content marketer like myself, an online content marketer, and you're talking about web design. Well, there's content marketers, but then there's web designers who may not really know a lot about content marketing. I have a good friend who has a killer looking website, and he was showing it to me one day, and we were talking. Actually, he's a photographer, and we were talking, and he said, yeah, let me show you this. And he showed it to me. And of course, in a matter of seconds, I asked him, I said, hey, do you really get much business out of, through this website? And he had the website for about 4 years. He said, come to think of it, not really. He said, I'll send people to it if they need to look or whatever, personal friends or whatever. And I said, well, let me tell you one of the reasons why. And he said, what's that? I said, well, first of all, we're on your homepage and there's no phone number to your business. And he kind of looked and started scrolling through. He goes, you're right. And there was no phone number to his business. There was no map to his business, and there was no form of any kind. And that was on his homepage. And he was just kind of in awe. And matter of fact, he didn't have it hardly anywhere on any pages. But it's little things like that that make a difference. And so here's one form right here of how you can do things. And then, and here's another article I'd written. It goes along, of course, this is written for the automotive industry, but it's talking about generating leads through their website. And what I'm going to show you, it's staggering. Even when I see it, I get in awe, not in a braggadocial type way, just it's incredible too. And such a joy for me to be able to come into a business of any kind and help to really, really change their lives. Is what it's about. And of course, I get to minister to a lot of people as well inside there. But in this article, I'm talking about lead generation. And when you look down here, let me see some of the 129% more email leads than the previous 90 days. And this is after I came in and started doing what I do. You just see all the lead generation that's taking place here through this dealership's website. 122% more organic email leads, and 86.8% more incoming phone calls. And here's the graphs showing what I'm talking about here. This is the analytics to this dealership's website. This email leads up 129% over first quarter. the most website email leads since August of 2016. So I had written this article in July of 18. So right here, and you're seeing that there was no type of anything like this comparable to unless it was 2 years previous. And you see here that in the automotive industry can fluctuate like that, especially they have their down years come election year. But you'll see here, I actually started with this company in April of 2018, and you'll see kind of the leads they were getting through their website, and this is web form leads is what it is. And then look what happens once I began in April. You see it going crazy, and that's totally awesome. When you come down here, organic business listing phone calls, this was actually incredible to witness. In 7 months, we were actually able to generate him, that dealership, over 1,400 more phone calls year over year in a 7-month period. That's over 200 more phone calls a month coming into his business. And that's incredible. And that's organic. That has to do with my SEO that I do, search engine optimization, which I also do the Christian SEO. And then when you come down here, this right here is visitor conversion rate, which is when visitors actually visit the website. And I'm going to touch on something very important here in just a second when it pertains to this. But you see, once again, when I started in April, this was the percentages of the actual conversion rates that they were getting, anywhere between 10, 9, 6.3, 9.7. And then you just see it take off and start skyrocketing in ways it had actually never done before for this client. And this is just an awesome thing, like I said, to be a part of. And here's some more data from another website. You see, and I could go on all day long and show you tons of evidence of all of this, but you see down here, there's another form. But this is how you generate leads through your website. And like I said, there's a lot of different ways that I can help you with, whether I do it myself or whether you join our my 6-month program where it's kind of a DIY thing. But this is the lead generation aspect of it. Now, from lead generation, that moves us into email automation and also email segmentation. And those kind of play together here in a sense. But when it comes to automation, as the lead comes into you might have a CRM, but when it comes through your website, your business website, you can actually have that connected to an account, whether it's Constant Contact, MailChimp, whomever, that sends out an automated email. Now, there's a few key things that you can do in these emails that, number one, are so customer service oriented, but number two, will help to not only double, but maybe even triple, quadruple your business. It's incredible. And like I said, the whole foundation is around customer service. And from the automation, we're looking here as well at the segmentation. And like I said in the beginning, segmentation is providing excellent customer service. And when you can segment out your crowd, so when you look here, we have different lists, and you'll see too how building lists and things play out as well. But this client of mine has 2 people on the Camaro list, 14 people on the Equinox, and you can look up through there and see. Well, what those segments are, those are people whom I have either sent out automated emails or email campaigns, and they've clicked on a particular link inside that email, and you can set it up like I have, where it automatically puts them in a segment. So the question is, well, what's that all about? And like I said, my answer is, well, it's to provide excellent customer service. And here's what I mean. The dealership I bought my truck from a few years back, I usually get 2 emails a month. Very rarely do I get an email that I really want. And I think the question is, what gets you, what gets me, what gets our customers excited? We get excited when we get things we want. We don't get excited when we don't get things we want, right? And so when it comes to sending out emails, whether it's automation or segmentation, and right now we're just talking segmentation, like I said, when I get these emails from this dealership, I can't tell you how many times I'll get an email about a new Traverse, a new Tahoe, or whatever. And sometimes that's okay, but more often than not, I don't get an email that gets me excited, because usually it's not about the vehicle I like to drive, which is a truck. And so when you segment these out, if someone sends in a lead on a new Buick Encore, as you see right here, I'm not going to be sending them back or send them a lot of emails even over the next 2 or 3 months about a new Chevy Colorado. Does that make sense? It's not what they want. It's not what they desire. It's not what gets them excited. They're excited about buying a new Buick Encore, not a new Colorado. And there's ways that you can continue to filter this down. But what my point is give the consumer what they want. They want to be educated on your business. They want to be educated on the product or service they're looking at. And then they want to be given, what's my choices now? Let's say 50 people a month, and I hope this is an eye-opener for you. Let's say 50 people a month, 50 people a day come to your business website. And let's say 2 of those people a day, let's say you're a retailer, make a purchase. Let's say you're not a retailer as well. Let's say you have a service-oriented business. 50 people come to your website a day, and 2 of them give you a lead. Okay? Here's the question that really gave where I had a paradigm shift when it came to all of this online marketing. And the question is this: what about the other 48? And I actually had this epiphany, I guess you could say, when I was in a meeting with a manufacturer representative, and they were going through all the analytics with us. And it was something like, okay, out of these 136 leads, 16 of them bought here, 8 of them bought over here, 4 of them bought over here. And they continued talking about, how can we not lose those 8 leads next month? How can we not lose those 4 leads next month? And that's what they continued to talk about. And I just sat there in a daze. And finally, I raised my hand and said, and I believe it was like 131. I said, what about the other 131 customers? And they said, oh, I don't know. They didn't buy. And that's when what really got my wheels turning, going, oh my goodness. And I say that to say this: when it comes to that 85% that I had mentioned earlier, what is selling those 85%? What's selling that customer the first 85% of their journey? I think the question is better asked: whom is selling that customer the first 85% of their journey? And I can tell you right now, it's my clients. We're the ones who are sending them the information they're wanting, the information they're needing, and what helps them to really be educated enough to make an educated buying decision. And then they come in and purchase from my clients. And I have a saying in the automotive industry with the Harvesters Group that says, in order to truly dominate in the automotive industry today, you must find a field that your competitors don't even know they're playing on. And this is a field that I would say they're not even playing on it. They don't even know it exists. And that's this is a huge key and part of the invisible selling machine that I've created. And next, I want to talk about how to continuously increase your profits, while continuously building your email list, your marketing list. And this can, and the question, how do I continuously build my marketing list? Well, and this is, once again, it's something that I can do for you, or you can join my program. But this is where social media can play a part, where search engine marketing, PPC, pay-per-click ads and stuff on Google can help. There's tons of things that you can do here to continuously build that list. But that's what we want to do. As we continuously build that list, I have clients in the automotive industry right now, because where I'm marketing to over 1,000 people every month who still haven't purchased. And now, yes, it's definitely different in the automotive industry when people are contemplating on buying a 20, 30, 50, $80,000 vehicle. But basically, the consumer habit is all the same. Yes, there are people who are going to come in today and purchase from you just on a whim. Yes, there's people who's going to come in and buy a car today on a whim. But so often, though, people have a buying journey where they do their research, and it might be today, it might be a week, it might be a month. Excuse me. In the automotive industry, it might be 6, 8, 9 months to a year. But understand that when they give us a lead, and maybe they've given leads to 2 or 3 other dealerships, in 9 months from now, I'm the only one marketing to them. And so when you look at the 2 customers who purchase from you today, and we tend to not even think about the other 48 website visitors, what if we can get some leads out of those other 48 website visitors, market to them for a couple weeks, couple months, however long it takes, and then they come in and buy. You start seeing that snowball effect once that continues to build, as you're building that list and they're continuing to build, how your sales are going to, without a doubt, exponentially start going through the roof. And once again, that's where I say Amazon does not have to be the end of your business. I've seen it, I'm living it, and I'm helping folks to overcome that. And then I would say when it finally comes to the email marketing process, I would say Christian email marketing is not dead. It is surely alive. And what I mean by that, I had a gentleman in the automotive industry. This was back in 2017. He worked for a third party outside of the industry, as a matter of fact. And he came in one day. He was kind of ranting. I could tell he had a rough day, but he was just going off about how email marketing is stupid, it's dead, it doesn't work. And he just continued on and on about this. And what I knew, not only was he my client's representative, but he also represented my client's competition. And so I asked him, I said, hey, are you teaching this to kind of all the dealerships around? He said, yes, I am. And I thought for a second, I said, good for you. Keep it up, man. And what he didn't realize at that time, at that very moment, that I was averaging, I shouldn't say averaging, on any given month, I was going to help my client sell 37 vehicles a month through email marketing. And on the low side, it would probably be about 22 or 23 in a given month. On the high side, 37. I don't think I ever hit 40. But anyway, so he's telling me that email marketing doesn't work, and I had all the proof and data in the world that said how he was wrong. But I didn't tell him that. But anyway, so that's our process. This is the 5-step system, 100% guaranteed, from lead generation, email automation, email segmentation, continuously building a list, and then the process of marketing itself, which I've shared in here, the kind of emails that you send out, whether it's automation or just a weekly, or bi-weekly type email marketing process that you market. And so if you have any questions, like I said, please, you can contact me through my website. You can subscribe to this channel and follow along, but I'm here to help. Anything I can possibly do. And God bless. Have a great weekend, and Lord willing, we'll talk to you soon.